My unfaithful boyfriend cheated on me with his ex, then said it proved he loves me most. My manipulative boyfriend pulled a cheating prank on me on my birthday, so I left and went off the grid for days. Somehow, he convinced me to hear him out, but then revealed something even more disturbing. Last week was my birthday. I got off work early and went home only to find a random woman lying on top of my boyfriend. The moment he saw me, he jumped up and blocked the door as I turned around to leave. "It's just a prank, sweetheart," he said. Suddenly, 10 of his friends came downstairs with a cake and presents. I was already crying, thinking I had just walked in on him cheating. But he brushed it off and told me to stop. "I know you said you didn't want to party, but don't you think this is cool?" I kept crying, completely overwhelmed. That's when he got aggressive. "Oh my God, stop being so sensitive. It was just a prank. I put all this effort in so you could have fun, and now you're crying." I pushed past him, got into my car, and drove away. While driving, my phone was flooded with texts and calls from him and our friends. It was too much, so I turned my phone off and checked into a hotel far enough from my place. When I got to the room, I completely broke down. The next morning, I let my team leader at work know I'd be out for a few days due to an emergency. She was understanding and approved my leave. She probably noticed something was off because I could barely speak without sniffling. I'm planning to tell my aunt who lives nearby what happened and ask if I can stay with her for a few days while I clear my head. I'm devastated. I've told both my boyfriend and our friend group before how cheating traumatized me. It destroyed my family when I was young. My mom cheated on my dad, and I saw what it did to him and to our family. My first boyfriend also cheated on me. All of that has left lasting scars. I have no idea how to face any of them again. I just hope some time apart will give me clarity. Update 1. I packed up and headed to my aunt's house. It's not super far, but still a decent drive. When I arrived, she welcomed me warmly and hugged me tightly. She said I was always welcome and that she'd help me however she could. She showed me to their spare bedroom and even helped me unpack. She's honestly the kind of mom I wish I had. Once I settled in, I finally forced myself to turn my phone on. I'd avoided it for so long that it felt terrifying. The moment it powered up, I was hit with hundreds of texts, calls, and messages. I checked the group chat with our friend group first. At first, the messages were frantic. They were asking where I was, what had happened, and if I was okay. Then, as I scrolled down, the tone changed. They started apologizing, saying the prank wasn't supposed to go the way it did. One of them even blamed the woman who had been on top of Alex, my boyfriend, saying she didn't trust her. Eventually, the messages turned into hopeful check-ins, saying they hoped I was safe. I guess they saw I'd read the chat, because they instantly started messaging me again, asking how I was and apologizing over and over. They said they hadn't known what kind of prank it would be. They thought it was something else entirely. I was confused. They seemed fine with it that night. But before jumping to conclusions, I apologized for ghosting them and asked for their side of the story. Apparently, the plan was just to throw a surprise birthday party. Alex organized everything in a separate group chat without me. Later, he added a few of his college friends to the group, saying they wanted to be involved since they were visiting and wanted to meet me. One of his college friends suggested they do a prank as part of the surprise. The idea was that someone would pretend to attack Alex with a fake red knife while he was lying on the couch. They'd set it up like a scene from a horror movie. My friends were skeptical, but Alex and his college friends reassured them that it would be harmless and quick. As soon as they got a good reaction from me, they'd reveal the prank and bring out the cake and gifts. My friends agreed, but only under the condition that they didn't drag it out. On the day of my birthday, they hid while Alex's college friends set up the prank. Once ready, they waited for Alex to give them the signal to come out. When he did, they assumed everything went as planned because I looked terrified. But then they realized something was wrong. I didn't look scared, I looked heartbroken. And then I turned and left. That's when they realized something had gone very wrong. The woman lying on top of Alex wasn't in costume. She wasn't holding a knife. She wasn't acting. She just looked like she was well on top of my boyfriend. They saw Alex push her off and chase after me. Some of them tried to follow me while others stayed behind, asking what had just happened. Even Alex's other friends were confused. They asked the woman why she hadn't dressed up or followed the plan, but she didn't respond. A few minutes later, Alex returned to the apartment crying. He told everyone to leave and shut himself in our bedroom. The same woman followed him in, which creeped out everyone. Soon after, they heard Alex yelling at her to get out. She left the apartment looking upset. My friends said it all happened so fast that they didn't know what to make of it. Once they realized I was unreachable, they gave up and went home. Alex's college friends sent me a long apology and even included video clips from the night showing how things were supposed to go. I could see they weren't lying. It helped me understand their side, and I felt awful for ghosting them. I told them it wasn't their fault and that I'd make it up to them somehow. They were just glad I was safe. They even offered to throw me a proper birthday party without Alex or his college friends involved. I gladly agreed. The next morning, my aunt knocked on my door and said I had a visitor. She didn't look happy, so I knew who it was. Sure enough, it was Alex. He had a bouquet of flowers and my favorite chocolates. He looked like he hadn't slept in days. I asked how he found me. He said that when I turned my phone back on one of the apps we shared, sent him a location notification. That irritated me, but I figured I should at least hear what he had to say. He repeated what my friends told me, but added details they didn't know. Apparently, he had reconnected with his old college friends not long ago through Facebook. They were happy to hear he was doing well and especially surprised to learn he had a boyfriend. They'd always suspected he was bi, but never wanted to push. He told them about the surprise party, and they wanted to be involved. That's when the prank idea came up. A woman named Anna, one of his old friends, suggested it, and she offered to play the attacker. Everyone agreed to the plan. But on the day of the party, Alex noticed Anna wasn't in costume and didn't have the props. He asked about it, but she brushed it off, saying she forgot. When he offered to help, she said there wasn't time. He said he wanted to call it off, but didn't get the chance because I walked in. He panicked, tried to save the situation by calling everyone out early, and then reacted badly when it didn't work. After I left, he shoved Anna off and tried to follow me, but couldn't catch up. Only after I was gone did he remember my history with cheating. That's when the guilt hit. He told everyone to leave and went to our room. Anna followed him, which he didn't expect. She tried to comfort him, but he told her to leave. Then she asked, "So does that mean you're single now?" That's when he realized she did it on purpose. He yelled at her to get out. Alex cried while telling me all of this. He said he cut ties with those college friends and was deeply sorry. He hugged me and told me he still loved me and didn't want to lose me. I hugged him back. I still loved him too. After a few minutes, he let go and asked if I'd come back home. I told him yes, but only if he helped me pack my things from my aunt's house. She gave me a big hug before I left and warned him jokingly but seriously that if he hurt me again, she'd come and get me herself. He laughed nervously. We're back at our apartment now. Alex offered to get rid of the couch, but I said no. It's a good couch, and the real issue wasn't the furniture. That's where things stood. Until another truth came out. A few days after we got back to the apartment, Alex came to me sobbing. He said there was more. He hadn't told me something important about Anna. He confessed that Anna wasn't just a college friend. She was his ex-girlfriend. In fact, she was his first everything, his first real relationship, his first love, and the one he shared all his milestones with back in the day. They broke up after college because she didn't want a long-distance relationship. According to him, the breakup devastated him. He spiraled into depression and struggled to function for a long time. He said he didn't truly start to heal until he met me. In his words, I was the light at the end of the tunnel, the person who helped him feel whole again. But as he put it, ghosts from the past have a way of coming back. A few weeks before my birthday, Anna and his college friends found him on Facebook and reached out. Things started off innocent. They caught up, shared stories, and then added him to a group chat. That's where Anna was too. She acted like nothing had ever gone wrong between them. Eventually, they decided to meet in person to catch up. One thing led to another, and that turned into them sleeping together. Not once. Not a mistake. Every day up until the day of the birthday prank, he said he hadn't planned for any of that to happen. That he didn't expect the feelings to come back so strongly, but seeing her again stirred up a lot of emotions. He admitted he was chasing something, trying to relive that past, maybe even convince himself it meant something. But then I walked in on the prank. Seeing my face, the heartbreak and betrayal in my eyes, he said was the moment he snapped out of it. That was when he realized what we had together meant more than anything he ever had with Anna. That was when he knew he had messed up beyond repair. He cried while telling me all this. I cried too. But I stayed calm. I listened. And when he finished apologizing, I told him I forgave him. But I couldn't be with him anymore. He didn't take it well. He started sobbing even harder, hugging me tightly and begging me not to go. I told him I needed space. I couldn't heal while living with him. I needed to be somewhere I felt safe. He wouldn't let go. I had to push him away harder than I wanted to, just to break free. I grabbed my bag, ran to my car, and drove straight back to my aunt's house. When I got there, I collapsed in her arms, crying like I hadn't cried in years. She didn't say a word at first, just held me and let me fall apart. She knew exactly why I was like that. Eventually, I cried myself to sleep. The next day, I got a call from one of Alex's friends. They told me he was in the hospital. He'd been found unresponsive. At first, I didn't want to go. I was still hurting. But the truth is, I'm the only one who really knows him. He doesn't have close family nearby. I know his medical history. I know what he needs when he's not okay. So I went. Now I'm sitting in the hospital waiting room, waiting to hear from his doctors. He still hasn't woken up. I don't know what state he'll be in when he does. I don't know what I'll say to him when he opens his eyes. The truth is, I still love him. That hasn't changed. But what he did shattered something in me. And even though I can forgive him, I don't think I can ever go back to who I was before all of this. I'm not sure what comes next. Right now, I'm just sitting with the unknown, trying to take it minute by minute. Whatever happens, I just hope we both come out of this with a little more clarity and a lot more peace. I really wish things hadn't ended up this way. Thank you for listening to today's stories. If you enjoyed listening, please like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Also, leave a comment below to share your thoughts on what happened. Take care.